the moral imperative to be naive. It's an interesting point of view, and it's one that I've often considered myself. Your video really got me thinking, and it reminded me of a bunch of photographs that I'd once seen of the public reaction to various people demonstrating for a reduction in belligerence, in a cooling of passions in August 1914 in Europe, or I guess it would be July, because the war broke out in August. They were jeered at, spat on, mostly just laughed at. A few of them were actually killed, but they were basically seen as complete lunatics. They were standing in the way of overwhelming evidence that there was about to be a gigantic war. And they either join in on the sides of the belligerents, or they're considered completely out of touch eccentrics, traitors, or an absolute menace to the solidarity of whichever side they putatively belonged to, i.e. there were a few French pacifists who were murdered by French nationalists because they believed that they were weakening the moral fiber and the will of the nation to fight the Germans. So, in light of the forces that the events of the summer of 1914, i.e. the First World War and all that followed, have unleashed upon the world, who was right? Was it the naive people? Or was it the ones that said, no, we have no choice but to fight? Well, I think I know who I believe in, although, again, hindsight being 20/20 and all that sort of thing. I come from the Irish community. It's the Irish North American community, which in many ways is, if anything, kind of, well, it's changing now, but if anything, it was traditionally more kind of belligerently pro-Irish Republic than a lot of the people in Ireland itself. And I've consistently, throughout my life, because of my background, attempted to sort of not even stay neutral, but reconcile the two groups. I see good in both of them. And I know the reaction full well of what happens when you attempt to do that. I've actually been met with violence on a few occasions. My nose was broken once. You end up running that full gamut. People laugh at you. People say that you're foolish. It's all very well to dream about things like that, but we live in the real world. Or people say that, oh yeah, you're working for the other side. Or the nastiest kind of excoriation is, of course, the sort that I said that was reserved for a lot of the French pacifists or French non-belligerents that I spoke about. People think that you're an absolute menace. They think that you might even mean well, but you're a menace and you've got to be eliminated or silenced or shouted down or whatever. That's what I meet nowadays in my little feeble attempts to sort of talk through conflicts on the net. If you mention that that the other side might have any right at all on its side, you end up alienating people that thought that they liked you. You end up getting people who thought that they liked you feeling as though you've betrayed them. Which is one of the reasons why I suppose you have to be a little bit wary of who you make friends with, or who you allow yourself to form an emotional, even a YouTube slight emotional bond with, people that you just decide that you like. Because down the road, from some of the things that you might say, they're going to tell you that, oh, geez, I thought you were one of us. Now look what you've done. You backstabbed us. Whereas you've not really been attempting to do that all along. You've been explaining that person's side to the other people or to the wider world. They think, oh, he's one of us. But no, I'm speaking for peace here. I'm not speaking for one side or the other. In fact, the whole idea of sides is what I'm trying to speak against. So the sense of betrayal, if anything, runs far deeper, or the sense of whipped up emotion runs far deeper on your own side. Because again, it involves things like betrayal, backstabbing, waffling, fence-sitting, that sort of thing. But I think that if you really are serious about trying to end hostilities, trying to make peace, you're willing to pay that price. Look at the price that people are willing to pay to go to war. Think about things like losing a leg, losing your life, losing a family member, losing your sanity. People seem to be willing to do that in the name of a just war. What are we willing to do in the name of a just peace? Great video. Thanks.